Okay, Jeff Osman, Forest, Illinois. We've been side dressing our corn for it's probably 20 years worth since I got out of college, and we bought this applicator ourselves 5 years ago. Before, we'd always picked up one from a fertilizer dealer and used the 28% or 32%. Once we had our own applicator, after the first year of fighting some plugged rows, seeing some difference in corn, checking the rows all the time to be sure they aren't plugged, we put the Century monitor on the rows and had excellent luck with it since. This is our 4th year running it. We've made some changes a little bit along the way. The first year or two we had plugged some nozzles, or we thought we did. It was more so we getting stuff in the impellers saying that it was a plugged row. Since then we added a filter onto the boom system, and this year when we used it, excellent luck. Didn't have any rows plugged, didn't say that we had any rows plugged, and the corn looks excellent. At this point, I mean, there definitely wasn't any plugged rows. So before, when we first ran the applicator, we went straight in to the knives with a little orifice in there that controls your rate. A fleck from the pump or whatever else can get in there and plug that hole. And then we had one knife do that. Luckily I caught it within a round of, because we had to fill. I would crawl under the machine each time and take a survey flag and run up the knife to be sure there wasn't a plug there, and look at the tips and go that route. This system has allowed me to, we just fill. Don't ever have to go through the knives and look at it. When you're going through the field, you don't have to think, hey, am I putting out, where's my pressure at? Does that mean I have a plugged row or not? We just haven't paid attention to that, because it will tell you if one plugs. We've had one plug, not this year, in the last year, and the monitor tells you right away. You know, you get out, first you're thinking that, well, it's probably something in the flow meter, because that's been a normal cause. We get out there and look at the flow meter, nothing in there. Open the nozzle body up and look, hey, there's a chunk right on the filter, or on the orifice. So take that out, put it back together, reset the monitor, and go.
Great.
When we first installed, we installed the system ourselves on the applicator here at the farm. Started putting water in the applicator so we could play with it to try to get the nozzles to balance out. And with the 28 applicator, you're putting out a lot of volume. Well, so we're pumping water all through the yard, and we cannot get them to balance. They're off, and so we started going through the applicator. Why are we putting out more with this row versus the other one that the monitor's telling us to? And do we believe it? Do we not? And so when we found actually that we had a few diaphragms on the top of the check valves that were swollen up and changed the amount of pressure they put, it would change the flow going out to the tip. Put new ones in all those, and our flow balanced right out. On the importance of the system to tell if you have a blocked row is you have the obvious factor of corn loves nitrogen. It needs nitrogen to produce its ear, which produces the grain, which is the reason we're farming. If it's short of nitrogen, just from that one row, it won't produce as much corn. You can visually see that. You can put a dollar value on figuring how much corn you're actually losing, you know, how much, because you shorted it nitrogen. But the other factor is it doesn't look good. And as you're trying to sell yourself to landlords or potential landlords for your business, you want everything to look nice. And that's something you can control, and it will pay dividends in the long run. Installation of the system was very, very painless. I mean, if you already have the nozzle bodies, it's very quick. In afternoon, you will have the thing done. It took longer for us when we were trying to balance the load than it actually did the install. Between just running the wires, which you got plenty of hoses to zip tie to, and then mounting the interface unit and the suction cup in the cab for monitor, piece of cake. So on the system on a 28 bar, I highly recommend it. The peace of mind of being able to go through and not have to worry about being blocked. I can't imagine now wanting to side dress without the monitor on there to show blockage on the rows. So